Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Depends on which one you're watching this video. It's Miss Bland. Today is Monday, October the 5th, 2020. And we are going to get started with today's lesson for our remote video. Folks, I hope it finds you well and ready to go. Our character cartoon for today, for this week actually, is Wild E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, one of Miss Bland's all-time favorites. So we, of course, are welcoming you. Remember, if there's something you want me to share with the group because you don't get the chance to join us on Zoom, be sure just to send it to me and I will share. Remember your virtual rules. Remember the biggest ones that apply for my video friends are to act like you're in school, stay in your chair, finish your work, finish your video, and then, of course, that if you're eating or drinking, that you don't do it over your keyboard, and that, of course, you listen and do your best. Our lesson this week from Ms. Vester deals with expressing our feelings. We are in week 8 of our social emotional lessons. Aren't these the coolest little dinosaurs? Ms. Vester always picks cool stuff. So to start us off today, my video won't move. Hold on. My slides have gone crazy. To start us off today, Ms. Vester has us working on an iMessage. She wants us to be able to talk about expressing our feelings and what that means. My computer's going haywire. Hang tight. All right, so we're going to express our feelings. She wants us to understand that we can make an iMessage to express how we feel without placing the blame on someone else. Sometimes it's really easy just to say, it's your fault, but it's not always the other person's fault. So we're going to watch a story about the Zacks, because sometimes you just have to be that person that walks away. Let's talk about the Zacks and see what choices they made. Everything's been loading slowly today, guys. I'm super sorry. I think the computer's having a Monday. You ever had a Monday? I think the computer's having a Monday. All right, we are finally up. Let's get going.
Oh, beyond the last mountain, the very last mountain, beyond the last Seneca tree, beyond the last woof bush, the very last woof bush, there is a vacuous, vacant prairie, the prairie of cracks and the tale of the Zacks. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks. A north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. A north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zack said. Hey, say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zax, and I always go north. Get out of my way now and let me go forth. Who's in whose way? Snapped the south-going Zax. I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove. Then the north-going Zack said with north-going pride, I never have taken a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zack, that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule. Never budge in the least, not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here not budging. I can and I will if it makes you and me and the whole world stand still.
Oh my goodness, they're just still standing there.
Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks and left them there, standing unbudged in their tracks.
So those Zacks made a choice. Instead of being the bigger person and walking away, they decided to just stand there. They stood there through the rain, through the cold, through all of that, just because nobody would step over to the side and let the other person pass. Can you believe that? So my question said, how could I make a statement that tells me about making a good choice? So down at the bottom, Miss Vester did that for us. She said we could say something like, I feel frustrated when you will not move because I need to go south and I want you to let me pass. We could use words like frustrated or irritated or upset. Some people might even say mad because you just want them to move the other way. Think about what you would say if you were Zach. Share it with somebody that's doing their schoolwork with you today. All right, good job. I hope you shared something awesome about what your iMessage would be when you saw that Zach wasn't going to move. What would you have done if the other one? We are in a yellow packet this week. Your cover should look like mine. Couple things just to note. You have 12 new spelling words, excuse me. You have 12 new spelling words for this week. The words are a little hard, so give them some good time and attention, which helps out because you have the same 8 vocabulary words. Remember last week, Miss Bland told you that we were splitting your vocabulary words your stories into 2 weeks, and that we were going to do bears this week and we did eagles last week. So that came with the same set of vocabulary words. So you should be great on knowing those. We'll do a couple of activities this week, but you guys overall did very well with them last week. So I don't see that as a problem. There is not a fluency check on the back of your yellow packet page. So if you've looked at the back of the packet page, you will notice there is not a fluency check there. So make sure that you are ready for it on Wednesday. Letterland this week, your 12 words are listed above. Baked, saved, thanked, hoped, raced, wished, checked, landed, closed, opened, skated, placed. So you'll look at those words and be able to answer for it. You have 2 options for Letterland words today. You may choose to do them in your notebook. You may choose to do them in Seesaw. I've created a Seesaw place for you to do them, and there's also a notebook. When I pull for grades, moms and dads, if you've chosen the notebook, then I'll just need you to send me a picture if they don't complete them in Seesaw. All righty. let's talk about where we go next. This week, your story is in your big reading book. What big reading book, Miss Bland? The one that's here with Miss Bland. So that means you are unable to do the big reading book story without the big book. Well, that's not totally true. The pages of the story that we go over and that you need, Ms. Bland will provide you each day. I will provide you a link to the entire story on the days that you need that. Today, you're only needing 2 pages, so Ms. Bland will provide you with those pages in Seesaw for your activities. So whatever page you need, I'll always make sure you have, but this is not in your reading book, not in your reading book. So you will not find it in your reading book. You will find it in Seesaw most days. I will post the entire story online when you need it. I think you need it on Wednesday. I will post it on Wednesday, yes, because you're virtual. So it'll be in Wednesday's video, and then it'll be posted by itself on Wednesday. So it will be there for you, but you will not need to do it. All righty. So Baby Bears is our story for this week. You're going to need 2 things. You're going to need your notebook turned to a clean page because we're going to take some notes on our first couple of bear moments. And these notes are going to be important later on in the week. So you do need to make sure you have those. So you need your notebook turned to a clean page and you need your packet. And your packet should be turned to the page that says Baby Bears. And there's 3 boxes that we're going to talk about what your homework is. So we're still in expository text, which means there's going to give us a real life information and that it's going to have captions, headings, pictures, and real photographs to teach us something.
Essential question. How are offspring like their parents? Read to find out how baby bears are like their moms and dads.
All right, so we see this cute little bear, and we're going to talk about what the bear needs. Let's see. Here we go.
What is a bear? Bears are animals called mammals. Mammals have hair or fur on their bodies. Bears are covered with fur. Mammals are born. You were born too. You are a mammal. Baby bears are called cubs. Cubs are born with their eyes shut. Their eyes open when they are about 6 weeks old. This brown bear cub was just born. It has very little fur. Mammal mothers make milk inside their bodies. Mammal babies nurse from their mothers. To nurse is to drink mother's milk. These polar bear cubs are nursing.
All right, so with the boys and girls this morning, Miss Bland read those first 2 pages, and the boys and girls added numbers 1 through 3. Those were the notes they thought were important for us to write inside of our notebooks about bears from those 2 pages. Bears are mammals, they have fur, and baby bears drink milk. Those were the 3 things. Pause here to copy down 1 through 3. All right, let's keep going.
Kinds of bears. There are 8 kinds of bears. The bears shown on this page are an American black bear, a brown bear, and a polar bear. These bears all live in North America. American black bears can be different colors. What color is this black bear? There are different kinds of brown bears. These grizzly bears are one kind of brown bear. Polar bears have white fur. They live in a cold place called the Arctic. People who study bears once thought that giant pandas were raccoons. Now people think that these animals are bears. There are not many giant pandas left in the world. Giant pandas live in China.
All right, so then the boys and girls reread these pages without Miss Bland. And while they were reading, they thought we should add that there are 8 kinds of bears, our purple sentence, and black sentence that pandas live in China. So we might want to add 4 and 5 to your notes. Well, not might. You need to add 4 and 5 to your notes and make sure you have those down. Pause here to complete.
Bear bodies. Bears have 4 legs. They can walk on all 4 legs or on their 2 back legs. They have 5 toes with claws on each foot. Claws are curved nails. This grizzly bear cub has brown fur covering its body. Bears can smell, hear, and see very well. Bears use their claws to climb and dig.
And page 192, the boys and girls read it again by themselves. And the last thing they wanted us to add was that bears can walk on 4 legs or 2, and they can see, hear, and smell well. Please copy down each of your notes. Pause here to complete. In your packet, at the top, the boys and girls wrote seesaw on page 190. Page 190 of your story deals with the kinds of bears. In your packet, your page looks like this. At the top, you'll put kinds of bears. You will tell me details about the 3 kinds of bears in those 3 boxes. You will use page 190. Page 190 is provided for you in Seesaw, or you may sit here and do it from this page, but you will still need to log into Seesaw and type done and submit to Ms. Bland. Now, on the back of that page, you have a page that looks like this, except yours has a cute little girl, I think, up in the corner. This is also dealing with bear bodies. That is page 192. So from 192, you'll read about the bear bodies. You will give me 3 key details about a bear's body in those boxes in your packet page. The next page in your packet has 4 pictures. You are going to cut out the picture of the bark and the chest. Once you cut out the bark and the chest, you are going to glue them down inside of your notebook. I'm trying to turn my camera back. You are going to cut them and glue them inside of your notebook. They will get glued down. There will be 3 lines of space at the top, 4 lines of space under the first picture. Both of the flaps will move. Under the flap, you will choose which definition for the word bark you want to write a sentence using. You will draw an emoji face, happy, sad, whatever, under the picture that you're using. Above it, you will use that word in a sentence. So if I choose to use bark, talking about a dog's bark, then my sentence will be about a dog's bark, and there will be an emoji under that flap. If I choose to do my sentence about the bark of a tree, I will draw my emoji here, and I will write my sentence about the bark of a tree. You have 2 of those to complete inside of your notebook. Pause here to complete, or complete them on the end. Next, this week, we're doing a little bit of talking about writing. And writing is being able to make these lovely writing organizers where we gather our information before we write our reports. And today, since we saw a beautiful panda in our book, Ms. Bland chose an epic book for our panda. Now, remember, you can color a gumball on the front page of your packet because we are going to look at an epic book. Ms. Bland typed in baby animals, and all kinds of really awesome animals came up on my page, and I decided I wanted to choose a baby panda because we have been talking about pandas when we talk about baby bears. So we should always make those connections. So I'm going to open my panda book. You are going to have a chance later on in the week to choose your own animal. So you may choose another animal because you can't choose pandas. I've already used it.
Panda cub. A baby panda is called a cub. Growing with mom. A cub stays with its mom for more than a year. Mom holds her baby close. The cub likes to cuddle. Mom licks her cub to groom it. This also helps them bond. The cub bleats when it is hungry. It sounds like a little lamb. The cub nurses when it is young. Later, it eats bamboo. Time to move. The cub follows mom everywhere. It tries to be just like her. The cub climbs trees. It naps on the branches. The cub rolls around on the ground. That looks like fun. Glossary. Bamboo. A plant with a hard stem that looks like...
All right, so that's our story. Be sure you colored your gumball. So what do I need to do with that information, Ms. Bland? I'm so glad you asked. From our story, the boys and girls and I sat down and we picked out some things. The first thing was we wanted to fill in our graphic organizer because we're going to start using these to be able to write some reports. So what animal will you write about? The panda. What is the baby animal called? A cub. How is the baby like its parent? We said they're the same color. They're black and white. It wasn't like the eagles and eaglettes where they look different until they get bigger. And they both eat bamboo after he's not a baby anymore. And how is the baby animal different? The baby needs milk from mama, and it makes that bleat noise. It's almost like a whiny cry. So we filled in our chart. Tomorrow we build upon this skill as we talk about turning this into information. But for today, just pause here to get this down because that's where our good writing starts, gathering your information. If you need a moment of any type of break, you can take it here. But I will tell you, we only have one question for math. I would try to hang on. For math today, we only did one review question, and it dealt with being able to count our tens. We need to be able to count tens up into our 3-digit numbers, and that's exactly what we did. We met Freddie, and Freddie had $250 in $10 bills. And so one of the really smart boys and girls said, I already know, Miss Bland, because all you told us to do was add a 0. That's true, but we need to see our work. Remember that our D is to draw our picture. So we made a picture using our key. We said that one line was $10 and that a line of 5 was $50. So we counted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That was $100. So the guys told me I needed $100 more. So we did it again. Then they said, I said, maybe I should do another 100. But they stopped me and told me I only needed 50. So that's where my last 50 came from. Then we counted them. There were 25 of them. So they were right. But since it told me to draw, I gotta have my picture, even if I knew what it was in my head. So then they told me to write to solve. So we did. We wrote it out. My second question had a B part. It said he gave 6 $10 bills to his brother. So he had 25 $10 bills. He gave away 6 of them. That meant he had $19 left. And then they got really smart on me and said that meant that he had $190. So I was really proud of them for being that smart with counting tens today. It was a great review. So 25 on the back side, you've got lines. This Bland doesn't have any lines, but I do have my A and B just like your page does. Flip over to see where I am. So for A, we wrote 25 $10 bills equal $250. And we said that 25 minus 6 was 19, and that 19 $10 bills was equal to $190. You should pause here to get all of this down. Make sure you count your lines carefully. You don't want to mess up. So what do we need for Monday? Here we go. You need your spelling words 3 times each. They can be inside of your notebook or inside of Seesaw. I gave 12 pages so that you could do 1 word on each page. We did a story worksheet. Page 190 and 192 go with the key detail pages in your packet. Both of those pages are available inside of Seesaw. Also, you can just go back in this video and see them there. The choice is yours. Make sure you click done in Seesaw. And then your word flips for bark and chest. We have both of them, and you need to write sentences for them and be sure to underline the word bark and the word chest inside of your sentence. That's it for a Monday. Monday's been busy, but you guys will rock it. I have no doubt and all the faith in the world that you'll do amazing things. Be sure to color your gumball for the book that we read in Epic today. Be sure that you're ready for tomorrow by completing all your assignments. Anything you're missing in Seesaw, try your best to get caught up. If you have questions, please let Ms. Bland know, and I'll be happy to help you any way I can. If there's something that you're missing or need at home, please let me know so we can get that to you as soon as possible. Ms. Bland is super excited for all the hard work that you put into today, and we hope that you've used this chance to work on your reading, your writing, and even a good math review. Science this week, we're going to be doing life cycles. You'll see that story soon, probably tomorrow. That's all, folks. It's been a great Monday, and Ms. Bland is so thankful that you came by to do your lesson and make sure that you're ready for this week. If you need something, all you got to do is ask. We'll try our best to get it to you. Those of you that have been experiencing computer issues, let me go ahead and say they don't tell us when you drop off a computer. So if your computer is being worked on, I'd be more than happy to check its status, but you got to tell me it's here. They don't send us that stuff. So if you drop a computer off for service, let me know, and I'll try to follow up with how long it'll be and all that stuff. But they don't tell us that they have your devices, so I don't know. So I'm more than happy to look if you'll just tell me that it's here. But have a great afternoon. I will see you either in Zoom tomorrow or on video. I hope you're doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.